I'd like to show you several different ways to retrieve your research information and store it in Zotero. You'll note that I'm using Zotero for Firefox, although Zotero standalone will work in much the same way. I'm in PsycInfo, and I've run a search on child and sexual abuse and disclosure. I've got some good results, and I want to save them for future use. Zotero gives me a folder up at the top of the page in my address bar. Save to Zotero. If I click on the folder icon, it brings up a list of all the articles on the page. I click what I want. I can click multiple articles if I want to save multiple articles on this page. And once I do so, tell it OK. And you'll note down in the lower right corner that it's saving the item. Once the item is saved, I can click on my Zotero toggle and open up Zotero. And you'll see the article saved here. If I click on the tiny triangle icon to the left of the article, I can see that I have the full text. So that's one easy way of saving information to Zotero. I have both the full text and I have all the information that I need to cite the article. Let's look at another example. Here I've searched sensory integration in Medline. Medline is giving me that folder icon again. And so I can choose my articles and save them into Zotero. I tell it OK, and it saves my article. This article is a little different, though. When I click on the triangle icon to the left of it, I see that I have the the EBSCO record, but not the full text. That's because the article that I selected doesn't have full text in the database. It has linked full text. If I want to capture the full text, I'm going to have to try a different strategy. I'm going to click on linked full text, and I'm going to link through to the full text. This page is only the abstract, so click on full text, and now I've got the whole article. So how do I get that into Zotero? The article that I'm interested in is highlighted. I go to my gray toolbar right across Zotero here and choose the paperclip icon to add an attachment to my file. I'm going to add a snapshot of the current page. Now the cool thing is that this snapshot of the current page is not just what I'm seeing on my screen. The snapshot of the current page is the whole article. So that's very cool. And you can see that Zotero, by clicking on the paperclip icon and add a snapshot, attach a snapshot of the current page, has given me the record. And I've got also the full text here. So that's very cool. Another way of finding information. I've got an article here that I want to retrieve. Now in this case, I'm in Medline, and Medline's pretty cool. Medline gives me that folder icon, but what if you were in a database that did not give you that folder icon? How could you retrieve it? Click on the title of the article, and you'll get to a detailed record that will usually have a toolbar somewhere on the page. Look for Export. I'm going to export the information on this article. Click on Export, and it says Save Citations to a file formatted for Zotero. Now this is just the citation information. I'm going to want more, but I am going to capture this information first. So I've saved the item to Zotero. I don't have full text here, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to open the PDF. because I want to capture a snapshot of it. Once I've opened the PDF, I go to my attachment icon in my Zotero toolbar, click on Attach Snapshot of the current page, and I'm good to go with the full text of the article. Zotero offers a couple of other things that are very functional. Suppose I find a book that I like. I'm on Amazon here, and I found a book that I really like. I'm going to scroll down the page and grab the ISBN number, copy it to my clipboard, and then I'm going to use this little magic wand icon, also in my Zotero toolbar, to add an item by identifier. Click on the magic wand, and I have a place to plug in a number. Now I can use an ISBN as I did, but I can also use a DOI or a PubMed ID, PMID, to look up the information. I paste in the number, I click enter, and as you can see down here, I've got my book, Transformational Leadership, and I've got the information about the book. Yet another Zotero feature. Let's go and look at an example of a web page that doesn't have an icon up here in the address bar. How can I grab that? Again, I go down to the Zotero toolbar, and it allows me to create a new item from the current page. So I've got a little page icon here. I click Create a New Item from the current page, and it adds this page to my Zotero files along with a snapshot of the current page. So that's pretty cool. The last thing I want to show you is how to save a PDF to Zotero that you've got already saved on your computer. So if I want to do that, I go to my PDF that I've saved in my docs, and I drag it and drop it into Zotero. Once I do, I've got the PDF, but I don't have enough information to cite it here. I could go ahead and plug in that information manually, but how about this? Right-click on the PDF file and retrieve metadata for PDF. This is going to look at the document and look for information about the document, and it's going to pull it out. Now, once I click on Retrieve Metadata, if I haven't done this before, it's going to ask me to install a tiny little piece of software. It'll take a couple of seconds. I'm going to click through that install, and then I'm going to come back and click on my PDF again and download the metadata. So I can close this because it's complete, and you'll see that I've got all of the information on that article into Zotero. And that is a number of ways of saving information into Zotero.